Frisco is still one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country. But here's what's confusing a lot of local homeowners right now. While some homes are selling quickly, others just seem to be sitting. So what's actually going on? If you're thinking about selling or you're just keeping an eye on the market, this shift can feel a little bit confusing because on the surface, everything looks strong. People are still moving here. Demand is still here, but the way homes are selling and what's selling has clearly changed. And we're seeing the exact same pattern, not just in Frisco, but in Prosper as well. By the way, if we haven't met before, I'm Andrew with the Andrew Smith team, eXp Realty in Frisco, Texas, and I work with buyers and sellers here in the Frisco and Prosper markets, helping them navigate exactly what's going on in the market today. Now, if you've started to think about making a move and you just want to talk through your current situation, I'm always happy to do that. In the description below, you're going to find a link to my calendar, and I invite you to go ahead and book a free 30-minute consultation with me. No pressure, just a conversation to talk through your specific situation and share some guidance with you. Now, first, let me give you a little bit of context and then walk you through the three biggest things happening in the market right now that are causing some homes to sell quickly while others just sit. So what we're seeing in the market right now is that there are more homes for sale at this time than we have had in the last couple of years. And even more listings are coming onto the market every single day as we head into the traditionally busy spring selling season. Yet sales haven't increased at the same pace that new listings have, which means every new listing has more competition for each buyer in the market. So in essence, we've gone from a really tight market to something that feels, well, a little bit more balanced. So what does all of this actually mean? And as I mentioned, there are really three big things happening in the market right now. Now, the first one I just kind of touched on, and it's that buyers have more choices. It's a simple fact that there's more homes for sale right now than there have been at any time in the past few years. As a result of that, buyers are no longer rushing in to having to make a decision right now. They've got the luxury of time. They're able to look at multiple homes before making a decision on which one fits their needs the best. And they're comparing value much more closely. They're in a situation right now because of more choice where they do not have to settle. There's more negotiation happening. Buyers are actually able to go in and negotiate terms more, negotiate repairs more, something that we didn't see just a few years ago. So for an example, a year or two ago, if a home hit the market, buyers felt like they had to jump on it, jump right away, otherwise they'd lose it. Today, that's not the case. They're really taking their time and they're looking at several different options before having to make a decision. Reason number two, new construction is a very real competitor to the resale market here in Frisco and Prosper. As you've seen, or anyone that knows this market, there's a lot of new construction around us. And again, those builders are offering incentives. They're raising those incentives and lowering those incentives based on demand, based upon buyer activity. But there's a certain type of buyer out there that is always going to be attracted to new construction. They want the latest technology. They want the most energy efficient homes. They want the comfort of having that warranty. It's just a nature of what buyers generally look for. In addition, the new construction builders are in a better position to offer incentives and discounts that resale sellers quite often just can't match. They can offer rate buy downs. They can offer closing cost assistance. They're able to make bigger pricing adjustments that we normally see in the resale market. So therefore, buyers are focused on the overall monthly payment, not just the price, which is where those financing incentives really come into play. So we're seeing those builders get very aggressive in the marketplace right now in order to try and capture the fewer buyers that there are out there. And again, as I mentioned, that creates a level of competition that just didn't exist the same way a couple of years ago. If a buyer can get a similar home from a builder with incentives, that changes how they look at resale. If the builder's offering financing incentives, they could actually afford to pay more, pay a premium for that new construction home, yet have a payment that's relatively the same as it would be on a resale property. All right, now number 3, condition and positioning matter much more than they have at any time over the past several years. How your home shows matters, right? So in general, when you've got a buyer, first hits the market is key. If your home is completely updated, it's move-in ready, and I don't just mean it's clean. If you've got a home that's 15, 20 years old and it's still got original fixtures, an original carpet from the builder when you bought it, that's not going to cut it in today's market unless you've priced it accordingly. And even then, that doesn't necessarily sway a buyer to want to go into your home knowing that they've got to make these updates first. But again, the newest listings are what buyers gravitate to, especially those that are move-in ready. Those updated homes are what really stand out. And if you happen to have a completely remodeled home that has a pool, it's virtually a slam dunk from what I'm seeing across the board in the market right now. Those homes are still selling quickly, many times in just a week or two on the market. But the homes that don't necessarily stand out on offer incredible value, those are the homes that tend to sit and languish on the market much longer. So what does that mean for you as a potential seller? First and foremost, it's important to understand that our market isn't bad. Prices are not plummeting. Prices have remained stable for the past couple of years, and I expect them to stay that way. It's just a different market. You have to sit, or you have to, in order to not sit, you have to really work on what that positioning looks like. It's no longer just a case of list it and it sells. Strategy right now matters more than it has at any time over the past several years. Pricing, presentation, and positioning all matter very much. We're in a market right now where the details actually matter. The shiny pennies, as I like to say, are the homes that sell first. So some guidance for anyone potentially wanting to sell out there. One of the biggest mistakes I see sellers making right now is regards to pricing or the strategy behind it when it's pricing. It's really, really easy to get caught up in the trap of saying, well, look, the house down from me is up for sale and they're asking this price. But I have much nicer, my upgrades are much nicer, and I have a little bit more square footage, and they don't have this or they don't have that. So if they're asking that, I need to ask more. But the problem with that is when you start pricing your home based upon what other homes in the neighborhood are listed for, the risk becomes that the entire market, the entire neighborhood becomes overpriced. Buyers, not sellers, determine value. Yes, the best homes still sell first, but buyers, it's perceived value in the eyes of a buyer. And the market will give you very clear feedback when you list a home for sale on what they think of your price. Again, I've got all of those numbers and I'd be more than happy to share those with you. Go ahead and find that link in the description below and schedule that free call. So again, if you're a seller, you really have to take a step back right now. You have to look at your home not as you see it, not as an emotionally attached homeowner, but through the eyes of a buyer. And I get it. It's very difficult to do that because that is how buyers are making decisions right now. They're comparing your home to every single home out there. So finally, if you're thinking about selling, you're just even wondering how your home would fit into today's market, then the key takeaway for you is this: the market isn't bad. It's just that you need to be more strategic. Now, if you'd like help understanding what strategy looks like in your specific situation, then I'm always happy to have that conversation. Go ahead and schedule that free call with me using the link directly below, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening in your neighborhood right now and share additional insights into exactly what home buyers are looking for. Now, if you prefer, and you just to stay informed right now, and you just want to keep an eye on what's going on in the local market, then also in the description below, I have a link to my market report. I've got them available for any city or zip code in the entire area. If you want to go ahead and sign up for that report, you can stay up to date on exactly what pricing trends, days on market, price reductions, all of that good stuff are in your area, and it's updated each and every week. Either way, no pressure whatsoever, just making sure that you have the information you need to make the best decision for you and your family. So hopefully you found this information useful today. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.